Hello good people, welcome to my channel. Today it's a get ready with me video. I want to be talking to the ladies out there, dropping in the word or two as we get ready. Stay tuned if you want to see how I achieved this natural work, school, interview, makeup look. I'm starting by defining the borders of my brows. I'm marking the upper line and I'm marking the lower line. I believe in every woman there is that creative power. You shouldn't be ashamed. It depends with how the Holy Spirit impresses upon your heart. You shouldn't be ashamed of makeup. What is wrong is the motive. Do you want to look good? Do you want to feel good about yourself? The motive is what is important. So I'm defining my eyebrows. And then now I'm filling it in. I'm filling my brows in with gel liner. I've got brown gel liner. That's what I'm using to fill my brows in. Then the next step, I'm using my concealer to just define the brow. It's a little lighter than my skin tone, but I blend it out. At the end, you'll see how it comes out. I'm defining my left brow as well. So I believe in every woman there's that creative power. Hey, you get a seed and it turns into a baby. In every woman there's that creative power, so be creative about it. Don't shy from makeup. As long as the Lord speaks to you or gives you the green light, don't shy from makeup. The motive is what's important. So now I am blending, and you see I've blended it out nicely. And then I'm trying to fix my brows. Today they don't want to look like twins, they want to look like sisters. I know eyebrows are sisters, but for this video I want them to be a little bit more precise. So I'm done with that, with defining my brows. I'm trying to create a symmetry. So now I am marking my inner brow. I'm marking my inner brow. I want to make sure that there's a symmetry. Borderline OCD if you ask me. So I don't normally use concealer on my upper brows, but now I really want to make sure that there is a gentle slope on my brows. I'm blending it out. There I'm marking the inner brows, shading them inside. I'm just filling them in and trying to make sure that they form sort of like a symmetry. Now I've just set the concealer. Then the next step, I'm using a much lighter concealer that will hold in place the eyeshadow. I do that for both of the eyes. Then now I'm putting in my brown eyeshadow. I'm going for a neutral look. I'm going to work, it's a neutral look. And I'm setting the other eye with the eyeshadow. It's a brown eyeshadow that looks like my skin tone. That's what I'm using. And then I'm going in with the transition eyeshadow with my fluffy blending brush. And I've chosen a shade that is slightly orange. I'm just blending it out. That's my transition powder, eyeshadow powder, so that there are no harsh lines between the highlighter that I'll use and the lid eyeshadow. Now the outer corner of the eye is normally darker, so I use a darker eyeshadow for the outer corner of the eye. I try to form a V. Then next I'm using my foundation in my shade, and the key is to blend, blend, blend. Blend, blend, blend. I'm blending it. And if you notice, I'm just not pushing it up and down. I'm forming circles, circular motion. Circular motion. I'm blending it out. Circular motion, making sure that, remember, I was filling in the inner brows. I was filling in the inner brows. Now I just use the foundation to make sure that it's a more natural look, so that the brows don't meet in the middle. So I'm defining the distance between the brows with the foundation. Then next I'm going in with my concealer for the under eye. If you notice, I didn't start with the foundation immediately on my under eye, because I tend to crease a lot under the eye. So I normally just put concealer there. And my concealer, I didn't form the whole V issue or mission that people normally do. I've just put the foundation, the concealer, the inner corner and the outer eye, so that there is very little product under the eye to prevent creasing. Now I'm setting my foundation with my loose powder. It should be ideally in just one shade or your same shade. And I'm also taking that opportunity to set the concealer that I put on my under eye. I'm setting the whole face with the sponge. And as you can see, I didn't use a brush because I didn't want to move the setting powder. I'm pressing it in so that it sits. Next, I'm coming in with the loose powder, which is 2 shades lighter than me. Why am I coming in with that powder? I want to make sure that I highlight the areas on my face that naturally, if I hadn't put on makeup, were supposed to be lighter. I'm trying to restore what was existing before I used foundation. So I'm doing that for both of my eyes, the left side and the right side. And I'm also going to be applying this lighter powder on the bridge of my nose, as well as under my nose and on my chin, as well as on my jawline, because those areas are naturally lighter had I not put in foundation. I'm coming in with the powder that I use sometimes to fill my brows, or any darker powder than your skin tone, just to restore the natural contours on the face. And I make sure I'm moving upward and outward, upward and outward. Also, I want to contour my nose, so I'm using that same powder on the edges of my nose, on the sides of my nose, as well as on my forehead or near my hairline. I'm going for a natural look, so I want to make sure that I restore the natural contours of the face. I'm coming in with now my gel liner, that I use for my brows, I'm just coming in to define my lip, just to line my lip. I'm not going to put any makeup. It's a natural look, a work look. I've just simply put Vaseline and a lip liner, and that's it. Now I'm removing the baking powder. The longer you keep the powder on your face, the higher the pigmentation. So I'm removing as well as blending with the darker powder so that there are no harsh lines. Time to water the eyes. Time to line the eyes rather. Sometimes I'm teary, but not today. It's very important to use a waterproof eyeliner because for some of us, when we go to church, you don't want to be concentrating on keeping your makeup intact. You want to be focusing on your God. You want to be praising God and crying in His presence and, just showing emotion in His presence. So a waterproof eyeliner is key. Now I'm using the foundation brush that doesn't have any extra product. I'm just using the brush as it is, just to put a gradient on my eyebrows. You don't want to have a sharp eyebrow starting from the inner corner. There has to be sort of like a gradient. Then this is the highlighting palette, and I'm using that shade to highlight the tip of my nose as well as on my upper lip, as well as on the areas that naturally would be highlighted on my eyebrows. I'm fixing that gentle slope on my eyebrows. When I'm done with the powders, I then come in with the mascara. We are not putting any fake lashes. We are after a natural look. We are gently brushing the mascara on our eyes, yes. So that's it. Now I am removing my head tie there because I was pressing in and setting my wig. Now we have to go to the hairline. I'm using that same powder that I was using to contour on my hairline so that there are no harsh lines. And I'm using a darker powder because that area is normally darker. I hope you learned one or two things from this video. Thank you so much for staying this far. Till the next video, remain safe and gold.